calmly walk out of your apartment at 7:15 in the morning. You arrive in your car only to find that there's a quarter of an inch of ice and frost on top of your windshield. So grudgingly, you climb into your car and you start it. You turn on the defrost and you have to wait for another 15 minutes. Now your time is crunched to only 35 minutes till the beginning of your next class. You sit there and finally the ice seems to melt away. You get to that third traffic stoplight and you find that there's a line of about 55 cars. That little circle light goes from red to green to yellow about 3 times, and you found that you've only moved 4 car lanes. Finally, you get to the Y lot parking lot here at BYU campus. You weave in and out of the rows, looking for that significant other to pull their car out so you can take their spot. So you finally find your parking spot and you sprint to class. Unfortunately, you arrive 15 minutes late and you miss the chance to turn in that 100-point assignment. But this is not the worst that could happen. After class, you go back to your car and you find a nice little green envelope on top of your windshield, letting you know you owe the university police $10. Now, I'm sure that this has happened to you more than once. To how many people has this happened before? Okay, most of us. There are 2 solutions to this problem that we can take. Number 1 is that BYU creates another parking lot. I don't see that happening here in the near future. Or number 2 is that we change our mode of transportation. Instead of using personal transportation, we can go the other route and use public transportation. I'm here today to explain a little bit about the benefits of each of those modes of transportation. First of all, personal transportation is great. It's time efficient, it's comfortable, it accommodates our schedule, and it's great for that special someone on the weekends. I can't imagine that many of you take the public transportation to go pick up your girlfriend or boyfriend on the weekends. However, there are many benefits to public transportation as well. The first huge benefit that public transportation has is saving money. The American Association for Public Transportation state that as a community, Americans who live in transit-intensive areas save $22 billion every year. That money is sufficient to buy 4-year college educations for over 500,000 students. Imagine that, over 500,000 students just because a community uses public transportation. And I'm sure that many of us have our own jobs and work hard to earn each and every penny. So why wouldn't we want to save money by using public transportation? I did a few simple calculations and I found out that we can save up to $220 to $240 if we use public transportation for the 2 semesters or the full school year. That's 12 Jacksons, or in other words, $20 bills, that someone can come up to us at the end of April and say, hey, thanks for using public transportation. Here's the money you saved. The second great benefit that we have is time efficiency and time productivity. I recently spoke with the UTA Public Relations representative, and he stated the following. He said, be smarter with your time. Talk on the phone safely using public transportation. Do homework, meet people, write papers, etc. And he also stated, I'm sure many of you, I don't know how many of you knew this, that in the fall, they're going to do a modification to all UTA public transportation buses and install internet access on each and every single bus. That's starting this fall. So that's another motivator so that we can use public transportation. I recently spoke with a student named Natalie Black. I asked her why she used public transportation 2 to 3 days a week. She states, I take public transportation because parking on campus is too far away and hard to find a parking spot. It saves me time, it's convenient, I do not have to warm up my car, and the bus stop is right by my house. Obviously that's not the case for each and every one of us, but I guarantee you that there is a bus stop near your house. You just have to find it. The third and great benefit to public transportation is we get to meet people. Now, it doesn't matter how ridiculous that sounds, meeting people on the public transportation, but it's true. Marion Holman of the Daily Universe recently stated, with a great majority of students commuting to school every day, many tactics are being taken to save in transportation fees. Students opt for carpooling or taking public transportation. So don't believe in the myth that you're going to be the only person on the bus if you use it. Rather, there's going to be other people, and you're going to have the chance to talk with them converse, and meet with them. In a recent student survey, I found out what were the 3 main reasons why students do not take public transportation. The first one is the bus pass is a little too pricey. The second is that the routes and the times at which the bus passes near the bus stop are too confusing for us. And the third is that we own our own car, so why in the world would we take something else rather than what we have? And to say the contrary to each one of these reasons for not taking it, why don't you dedicate a few of those $20 bills and buy a bus pass at the beginning of the year? That way you'll still be saving money and you'll have more time to do other things. The second is maybe the routes are a little bit confusing at times. However, if you go to the Wilkinson Center at the Student Information Desk, you're going to be able to find a rack with rows and rows of these little tiny pamphlets that give you the directions and the times, and you may find a little bit of cash there. So go ahead and stop by the Student Information Desk and pick up a few of those pamphlets and find out when and where the buses are going near your home. And if you do have your own car, save the wear and tear for the weekends. Go ahead and take that special someone out and save on gas. So the next time that you're faced with the same situation, go ahead and just try it. Pick a few days out of the following week and use the public transportation. I guarantee you that you'll feel and you'll see the benefits, not only physically and socially, but also in your wallet. So comparing the two situations, you leave your house at 7:15 in the morning, you get to the bus stop, you wait a few minutes, you get on the bus, you make a few corrections on that last minute paper, the bus stop is only a few hundred yards away from your first class, you arrive to class 20 minutes early, and the teacher gives you 200 extra points just for being so punctual. Now, in which situation would you rather be? Thank you.